Imagine this. You're standing in a savanna. It's 50,000 BCE. You haven't eaten in 3 days. Suddenly, you spot a honeycomb dripping from a branch. Do you stop to consider the long-term inflammatory effects of refined sugar? Do you calculate the opportunity cost of eating now versus saving the honey to trade for a better spear later? Nah. You gorge. You eat until your stomach hurts. In 50,000 BCE, this isn't gluttony. It's a high-level survival strategy. Calories were scarce. Storing energy as fat was the only savings account that mattered. Fast forward to 2026. You're sitting on your couch. An app on your phone sends a notification. Flash sale, 50% off, ends in 2 hours. Your brain doesn't see a marketing tactic, it sees the honeycomb. It sees a rare resource that must be consumed now before the other members of the tribe get to it. Your hardware is running Survival 1.0, but the environment is Hypercapitalism 4.0. You are trying to navigate a world of digital scarcity, high-frequency trading, and algorithmic manipulation using a brain optimized for finding berries and avoiding leopards. Every time you panic sell during a market dip or panic buy a gadget you don't need, you aren't being emotional. You're experiencing a system-level hardware failure. Your amygdala has hijacked the processor. Let's look at the software of your desire. Why is it so hard to close the tab? Why does add to cart feel like a physical victory? Because your brain operates on a reward prediction error system. In the wild, dopamine isn't the chemical of pleasure, it's the chemical of anticipation. It's the searching hormone. The hunter gets a dopamine hit while tracking the deer, not just when he eats it. Modern retail has hacked this loop. The sale sign is a quest marker. The free shipping banner is a level up perk. Amazon's Buy Now button is a fast travel mechanic designed to bypass your logical prefrontal cortex. Think about your favorite RPG. You grind for hours to get a legendary drop. When it finally hits, you feel like a god for 10 seconds. Then, you start looking for the next upgrade. Your life is a pay-to-win game where the developers, big tech and retail, have rigged the RNG. They know exactly how many limited-time offers it takes to break your willpower defense stat. They aren't selling you products. They are selling you the anticipation of a reward. Once the box arrives at your door and the dopamine clears, the item becomes vendor trash. In gaming, a dot is a status effect that slowly drains your health bar while you're busy fighting. In the real world, this is the subscription model. $9.99 for music, $14.99 for movies, $5 for that app that makes your photos look like 1990s film. None of these numbers trigger your spending alarm. Why? Because $10 is below the threat threshold of the human brain. We evolved to deal with big cat threats. A massive one-time loss of resources is scary. A slow, invisible leak of resources is ignored. Corporations know you are biologically incapable of keeping track of 15 different $10 leaks. They count on your internal friction, the fact that calling a customer service line to cancel feels like a boss fight your brain wants to avoid. You've been tricked into renting your existence. You don't own your tools, you lease them. You don't own your entertainment, you subscribe to it. You are a tenant in a digital feudal system, paying a convenience tax to lords who own the servers. If you stopped all your subscriptions today, you'd likely find $200 to $400 of health returning to your bank account every month. But you won't, because your brain views canceling as a loss of access, a social exile from the digital tribe. Pathetic. Imagine this. You see a man running down the street screaming in terror. What do? You don't stop him to ask for a 10-page report on the specific nature of the threat. You run. This is social proof. In the Pleistocene, if the group ran, you ran. If you stayed behind to analyze the data, you became lunch. Today, this instinct is the engine behind every meme stock and crypto moon. You see a green candle on a chart. You see 1,000 people on Twitter saying, "To the moon!" Your brain doesn't see a speculative bubble, it sees a stampeding herd. If everyone is buying, it must be safe. Error. The herd in 2026 isn't running away from a predator, it's being funneled into a slaughterhouse by algorithms. Influencers are the Judas goats, the animals trained to lead the sheep to the kill floor while staying safe themselves. They show you the loot, the Lambo, the watch, the beach, to trigger your status mimicry glitch. You buy the coin because you want the status, but in a digital economy, status is a depreciating asset. Why does your money feel like it's evaporating? Because the devs of the global economy are constantly nerfing the currency. Imagine you're playing an MMO. You spend 100 hours grinding for 1,000 gold. Suddenly, the game admins decide to give every new player 10,000 gold for free. What happens to your 1,000 gold? It's worthless. The price of health potions just went up 10x. This is inflation. It's a system-level patch designed to devalue your saved labor. Your biological instinct is to hoard. You want to keep your gold in a vault, a savings account, but the vault has a hole in it. The admins are printing new gold every second. If you aren't leveling up your assets, investing in things the admins can't print, you are losing the game by default. Your brain hates this. It wants the safety of the pile. It doesn't understand that in a fiat system, the pile is a melting ice cube. In Fortnite or League of Legends, players spend billions on skins. These are cosmetic upgrades that provide zero functional advantage. They don't make you faster, they don't make you stronger, they just tell other players, "I have resources to waste." Your life is full of real-world skins. That luxury SUV? A skin. The designer handbag? A skin. The $1,200 smartphone you use for 90% scrolling and 10% utility? A skin. Biologically, we are obsessed with relative status. It wasn't enough to have food, you had to have the best food to attract the best mates. We're programmed to flex. The problem? In a village of 50 people, flexing was cheap. A few extra beads or a colorful feather did the trick. In a global village of 8 billion, you were competing with billionaires for status dominance. You were spending resource points, money, on cosmetics, luxury goods, to impress people you don't even like. You're grinding 40 hours a week to buy a skin for a character, you, that is currently failing the financial independence quest. You can't delete the lizard brain. It's hardwired into the brainstem, but you can sandbox it. You can install friction firewalls to stop the exploits before they reach your wallet. Number 1, the 24-hour buffer. Server lag. Force a manual delay on all non-essential purchases. If you want it, put it in the cart and close the tab. Wait 24 hours. This allows the dopamine spike to subside and the cold state logical processor to boot up. Usually, the need disappears when the chemical fog clears. Number 2, delete one click. Remove the macro. Unsave your credit card info from Amazon, Google, and Apple. Force yourself to walk across the room, find your wallet, and type the 16 digits. This micro friction is often enough to break the impulse loop. Number 3, the cost in hours metric. Stop looking at prices in dollars. Look at them in hours of my life. Is that $100 dinner worth 5 hours of sitting in a cubicle? Is that $60,000 car worth 3 years of your freedom? When you change the unit of measurement, the value often collapses. The human economy is not a rational system. It's a massive, interconnected network of biological glitches being farmed by corporations who have more computing power than your entire ancestral line. You are being played. Your instincts are being used as backdoors into your bank account. Your desires are just scripts by marketing departments. The only way to win is to stop being an NPC. Stop following the quest markers laid out by society. Stop grinding for skins. Start being the admin of your own life. Treat your money like server uptime. Every dollar you waste is a minute of your life you've surrendered to the system. Every dollar you save and invest is a firewall against the inflation nerf. Drop a like if you've realized your software needs a factory reset. Subscribe to join the 1% who are actually reading the patch notes of the global economy. Comment below with the most expensive skin you've ever bought that didn't actually improve your stats. Upgrade your firmware. Log out.